Hey guys, it's Josh at Kenworth of Richfield. Normally I'd start out with some sort of grand entrance. I don't really think that's necessary this week. You? So guys, in front of us today, we have a 2020 Kenworth W990. I've been really excited about getting this truck in. If you follow us, you know that. Now, I know not everyone's got a positive opinion of this truck. For those of you that are the haters, let's just say, I've got a message for you at the end where let's open up that discussion. For now, I'm really excited to give you a tour of this brand new truck and show you what it's all about. So we're going to start in the very front. It's something that should look very familiar. This grille. There's a lot of great classic design cues that are put into this modern truck, and that's one of the things that I absolutely love about it. You've got the traditional Kenworth bars. You've got the Kenworth grating. You've got a screen in behind to protect your expensive radiator and coolers. All of this is engineered for a maximum cooling area and to protect the cooling system. This is engineering, folks, and it just happens to look great too. One of the other leading edge components on this truck are the headlights. This is a dual composite reflector headlight. It's a standard bulb, easy to find anywhere. These are a very bright, focused light that's going to work great for you at night. The fact that they're right out front keeps in with that Kenworth tradition. I mentioned classic design cues. Giant flat piece of steel on the front of the truck. Doesn't get much more classic than that if you ask me. So anytime you see a W on the front end of a truck name, you think shiny bits. Well, we've got the mirrors up here. We've got this accent piece, which I absolutely love. This is a cap over the air cleaner intake. This does a great job of paying homage to the old school round air cleaners that you see even on W9s today, but doesn't give you any of the weight or wind penalties that you'd face otherwise. I really like this piece. It gives it a classic look. Speaking of classic looks, nothing more classic than a chrome visor up top, right? So guys, the steps on this, polished. That's got the batteries inside of it. Of course, the cover on the dual stacks is. The cover for the DEF tank, polished. The tank, polished. The wide straps of the fuel tank, polished. You noticing a theme here? In the back, polished toolbox with steps so that way you can get access to the deck. It's got a lot of shiny bits. All the way around on this truck's 24.5-inch low pro rubber. All of it's Michelin. That's all wrapped around Alcoa Durabrite wheels. These wheels, soap and water, that's all you need. So you might say we're in a bit of a sparkle gray rut. We've had a W900, we've had a T880 dump truck, we've had a T800 dump truck, all in this same color. There's a reason for that. It looks amazing. In fact, go ahead and take a few minutes to check it out. So when you open up the long hood of this truck, you're going to find a 565 horsepower, 1,850 foot-pound of torque Cummins X15 Performance Edition engine. One thing that Kenworth was able to do with the set forward front axle on this truck is they moved the engine forward 3 inches compared with where it's at on the T880 and the T680. This gives you better access to the engine if you need to work on it, but also gives you a little bit better weight distribution. Behind the engine sits an 18-speed Eaton transmission. Yes, once again, this one's for you guys that love the 3 pedals. So something I haven't talked as much about is the fact that this is the 2.1 meter cab. That's the same cab that's used on the T880 and the T680. What you get in that is some great modern design features. One of which is how everything that goes from the inside of the cab to the outside of the cab is located at this pass-through point. 1 point means there's far less spots for air to leak in or noise to leak in. This gives you a quiet, comfortable, temperature-controlled cab. Now, one of the other things with this truck is that I've mentioned that it's a classic look with a lot of great modern amenities. One of which, disc brakes. That's at every axle on this. Even though it's the same cab as the T680 and the T880, notice the seats all the way down on the ground and back. You just got to do some things in certain trucks. So guys, when you come into this truck, you know that this is a special truck. Things like the steering wheel, it's leather wrapped, but there's a royal blue stitching on the inside of it here that's just beautiful. And it's this touch that just lets you know that there's something special about this truck. This specific truck has the limited edition interior to it. Now, I showed a little bit of the seat there also as I got in. This is just a beautiful, beautiful leather seat. It's super soft. It just feels good. Now, there's 2 other reasons why this seat feels good to sit in is it's heated and it's ventilated. If you're cold, turn the heater on. If you're a little warm, turn the ventilation on. It's just a really great way to stay comfortable for long hours in the saddle. When you come up to the dash, it is the traditional Kenworth 2.1 meter dashboard. You've got the great complement of gauges. You've got your tach, you've got your speedometer, oil, pressure, water temperature, things of that nature, all your normal gauges. This truck also is outfitted with the Nav Plus system. Once again, there's gauges that are used in that. There's the truck-specific navigation system. Really is a great system. That's tied in with the stereo, which just happens to have a subwoofer. It's underneath the bunk. It sounds really good. Not that I've cranked it up or anything. In this, you've got your normal complement of switches, but what's very different is that there's a different wood that's used on this dashboard. Once again, it's got that dark appeal to it that I absolutely love. Same thing on the door panel and on the back wall. You've got the button tuck, VIT interior, but it's got this beautiful blue stitching to it. To me, it's just what a great combination. What a great touch to make this truck truly unique, truly stand out, and just adds a ton of class to it. So I know I promised a message for all you quote-unquote haters out there, and we'll get to that here in just a second. Not quite yet, but after you hear me out, put something in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the truck. Most of all, let me know what your interaction has been with the truck. Have you driven one? Have you been in one? Have you been up close with one? This truck up close, in person, looks very different than it does here on this flat screen that you're staring at right now. So what am I going to say to the, as I said, haters that are out there? If you're looking for a W900, call me. I'll be happy to order one for you. If you're looking for a beautiful, modern truck that's got a ton of great classic styling cues to it, the W990 is the truck for you. When I see this truck, the stacks, the mirrors, the side panels, that grille, when I open and close the door and it's got that bank vault close, this is unmistakably a Kenworth. This is unmistakably the world's best. There's no doubt in my mind about it. When I go inside the truck and see how the dash is laid out and see how the controls are done, and you see the quality in every part in here, there's no doubt this is a Kenworth. So as I said, if you're looking for a modern truck with some great classic styling cues, the W990 is the way to go. Now that you've heard my piece on it, go ahead, let your fingers hit the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Please let me know what your interactions are or have been with the truck too. All that being said, make sure that you guys stay safe out there. Keep it rubber side down. I'll catch you on the flip side.